Today I just wanted to do a quick video about a part I got that I wasn't able to find a manual on, and there's some adjustment to it, so figured I'd just go over it real quick. This is the Pentair 263037, so 263037 three-way valve. And this is designed for pool systems and hot tub systems. I believe that's its main purpose. What I'm using it for, and what a lot of people use this for, is as a diverter valve for gray water systems, and it works very well for that from everything I've seen. But nobody has done a review or a message on how to adjust it. When I went online, I could not find a way to do it. It's really simple once you have that figured out, but figured I'd just show it. So the way it works right now is, from default, its input is here, and then as you can see, there's a tab here that says off, and then there's nothing here, and the valve handle's focused there. So this side is open and this side is closed, and then this is the input. And then if I turn the valve, I now have the opposite, which is this going out. This is now closed, and this is still open constantly. And for my application, I need it different than that. I have it marked, and I'll show you that in a second, but it's actually really easy to change. I'll go ahead and take this off, which is real simple. Just spin this center screw out. And one thing to pay attention to is this is keyed. It only goes on one way, so make sure you kind of pay attention to that so it's easier to get back on. But what I need is, I need this to be my input, and then I need an output here and an output here. I'm using this as a gray water valve, which, just a disclaimer, check your local jurisdiction because it varies county to county, city to city, state to state, whatever. But anyway, I can put a gray water system how I'm putting mine in. If you're interested in that, I'll do it on my other channel, my Dirk Mitchell channel, but I was just going over the valve in this one. So what I need is, I need this to be my input, and then I need two outputs. And I thought, well, maybe I need to take all these screws out and turn this body, but that's more complicated than it needs to be. They actually made it really simple. One thing to note, this has 4 arrows on it. Here, 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 and here. You can actually buy an actuator that goes on top, an electronic actuator that will turn the valve for you, which is pretty cool. If you have to put it somewhere that you're not going to be able to access it, you can run a cord out and control it remotely. So that's why these, one reason why these are really popular. But for manual control, it's adjusted really simply. We have these 2 tabs here, these 2 little pins that stick in all these holes, and that's what you use to adjust which way this opens. There's a right 90, a left 90, and then the 180 degree version. And if I remember correctly, I need a left 90. So as you can see from the bottom side of this, you can just push the pins and they come out. So I'm going to move this to the left 90 position on this one. Then I'm going to go ahead and push this pin out and move it to the other left 90 position. So as you can see, there's markings on here. This says L90, 180, R90, L90, 180, and R90. So then again, as I mentioned, this is keyed. So you have to put it back on where it was keyed, and these pins stop here and here as it comes around. So now if I turn this, I need to actually turn it past there so that that's missing the pin. So now it should say off, and this is off, and this is open. And then I'm able to turn this, and now this is off and this one is open. and this one has stayed open for both turns. So now I can have my input coming in here, and then have an output to my garden and an output to the sewer there. So I'm going to go ahead and you just put this screw back in and you're good to go. So it's actually very simple, as you can see, to adjust. Just push those pins out and do it that way. Actually, if you wanted to, you could probably do it without taking the handle off. You could just take a pair of pliers and pull those pins out and move them however you wanted. For me, it's just easier to pop that off and push them out, and then you don't mess up the pins. But anyway, this is available on Amazon for about $32. Sometimes there's Amazon affiliates on there. I got this one for $27 and then only like $3 shipping. It came out of Las Vegas, so if you're close to there, it showed up in like 3 days. And this one should work real well for the project. Like I said, if anyone's interested in that, I can do a walkthrough video on my other channel. I'll put a link to that in the comments. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Again, this is a Pentair 263037 three-way valve. One cool thing to note as well, this is pretty slick idea they did here. I have 1.5 inch drain pipe that I'm using for this, and the inside diameter on all of these is 1.5 inches. The nice thing is the outside is 2 inch. So whether you have 1 inch or 2 inch, you can actually just fit it either inside for 1.5 inches or outside for 2 inch. So you don't have to buy two different valves or worry about getting the wrong one. It works for both those sizes. So that's pretty nice that Pentair has made that way. These have super good reviews. They last a long time. You can tell the valve's easy to turn, but the valve is really solid and has a nice seal in it. So it should work really well for my application, or if you're doing any type of gray water or pool setup, that's fine too. And this was just mainly, I couldn't find anything to tell you how to adjust those pins, which once you look at it, it's really simple, and they've made it a great way. But that's just how you adjust to change your inputs and outputs on this valve. I'll put a link to this and also to the actuator that you can buy that goes on top. I want to say they're around $80. So if you need that remote actuated, you can do that as well. Till next time, have a great one. If this helped you, put a thumbs up on the video, like it, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.